Hey guys, it's Han, and today I have my Tamiya TT02B Plasma Edge II. Mine in particular is the purple-green iridescent version. I did an unboxing, build, and first drive of this buggy on my channel, so if you guys want to check that out, you can see that. But recently, I've been messing with this thing a little bit more and driving a little bit more. And when I first discovered the TT02B, I wasn't really sure how good it would be because it was going to be based on a on-road Tamiya chassis. And me starting off the hobby with a Traxxas, I wasn't sure how durable Tamiya kits would be for an off-road vehicle. But having experience with various Tamiyas at this point, I'm fairly certain that at least with a lot of their more modern stuff, it is fairly durable. So the TT02 I think is a pretty good chassis, and I've absolutely fell in love with the whole platform. This is my third variant of the TT02 that I own. I have the TT02R, which is the on-road upgraded version. I have the TT02FT, which is like the tracked truck version. And this is obviously the buggy version, which is the B in TT02B. But I really like the look of this buggy, and I think I like the buggy look even more with these new wheels and tires I've put on it. So this is just kind of like an experience of what it's been like so far with the TT02B. The purple iridescent was a color scheme I wasn't sure I would like either, but having it in person and just owning it, I actually quite like it. It's very unique, and I think it looks pretty good. If I were to buy a TT02 again, I wouldn't mind buying the purple iridescent version again. I think it looks very, very good, especially in the sunlight. But I wanted to talk about some of the pros, some of the cons that I've noticed with it, and what I would change in the future about this buggy. So the very first thing is the wing. So buggy wings tend to be very vulnerable in general, especially if you roll over or flip over or crash. But with Tamiya buggies in particular, it seems like Tamiya buggy wings are especially thin because their bodies tend to be a little bit on the thin side to begin with. So the wing is very thin. So you can see I flipped over probably 3 times in total on this buggy. And you can see this has like stress marks going on right here on the wing. So I don't know how much longer that's really gonna last. It's holding up so far, but eventually I think that's gonna break off and I will have to replace the wing. So that's something to be careful about and something to keep an eye on. Fortunately, as long as you're not doing a bunch of like crazy jumps or like running on super rough terrain, there's not really that much reason for this to flip over because buggies in general tend to be pretty low slung and don't flip over very easily. So it shouldn't be a huge issue if you run mostly on road or on gravel or something. But if you're doing like crazy jumps with it, which I don't know why you'll be doing with this particular buggy, or just running on really rough terrain and crashing, the wing is something that might not last as long as you would like. So yeah, the rest of the body seems like it's holding up pretty well, and being a buggy body, it covers up the chassis pretty well. So I do like how it keeps out a lot of the dust and gravel and stuff, which is very, very nice. The TT02, most versions of it anyway, do come with Cva Shocks, and this is a stock setup of the shocks, and they still work really well. I actually like how these are tuned out of the box, and I don't think for my application I would change the tuning of this. I am pretty happy with that. The thing that's also different about the TT02B is it comes with this different bumper. The regular TT02s come with a foam on-road bumper, but this buggy bumper is very nice and very durable. It's held up very well with some very hard crashes actually. I've accidentally slammed it full speed into like concrete curbs and stuff, and it hasn't cracked, it hasn't broken, and it's holding up very well. And talking about that, the overall durability of the TT02B seems like it's very, very good. Most of the versions of the TT02B seem to come with the torque tune motor, which is an upgraded motor over the standard Mabuchi, but it's still not a fast motor by any means. I do have mine upgraded. to run, I believe, a 15-turn brushed motor, which is comparable to some slower brushless motors. And I've been quite happy with the speed that this is running at. And I've also been running it with a 2-cell LiPo. So it's going considerably faster than it would be going stock, but it's still holding up pretty well durability wise. I don't know if I would run crazy brushless power with this for bashing, but for my application, it seems like it's holding up pretty well. All the plastics are flexible enough and also very, very thick. So they are very durable, and I quite like the overall design of it. And even though it's based on an on-road chassis, the chassis itself has been pretty durable, and the overall buggy has been very durable, and I'm overall very happy with it. Suspension works very well. It works very well off-road. And it's just overall very well constructed, and I like it a lot. Some things I did change though. Like I said, I changed the motor. I'm running it on 2-cell LiPo. I'm running it with these Traxxas e-Revo optional like race wheels and tires. They're not race compound, but they are definitely softer than the standard 16 scale e-Revo tires, so they're pretty good. And they're also, oops, sorry about that. They're also considerably softer than the stock wheels and tires of the buggy. And they also improve the performance a lot because these are quite a bit more farther offset than the stock wheels and tires. So the buggy itself gets very wide, which makes it very stable and almost drives like it has sway bars in it, which it doesn't, but it handles very flat and very well. Also, the standard setup of the TT02B, the rear wheels are the standard buggy rear wheel size, but the fronts are slightly smaller size. So having these equally wide wheels and tires front and rear give it a little bit better response in steering as well. So that has been very nice. Again, kind of a tangent, but I did say I'm running it on the 2-cell LiPo, which is very cool for a Tamiya because not a lot of Tamiyas, especially older ones, and even some like newer Tamiyas, don't fit 2S LiPos very well. But this being even though this TT02 chassis is fairly old at this point, it's been around for a number of years now, but it does fit a stock 2-cell LiPo very well without any modification, so I'm very happy with that. That's very cool. I am also running it with the aluminum center driveshaft, which the stock TT02 driveshaft is fine for brushed applications. I just have it in here mostly for bling, and that's cheap upgrade, so that's very nice. Again, the the 15-turn motor, I'm running it with a 25 kg servo. 20 kg servo. It's the Amazon servo, whatever one that is. I'm in the stock ESC, but I think I am going to replace the stock ESC with a Hobbywing ESC. Not because there's anything wrong with this. It's just Tamiya ESCs, even though this is the newest version, Tamiya ESCs still do not support LiPo batteries. Only like lithium iron phosphate batteries, which is super weird. I don't know why they're doing that, but it doesn't support LiPo batteries still, so there's no LiPo cutoff or anything. So it's a little sketchy to run LiPo batteries on it. You did see I had a LiPo alarm, but if you're running it on off-road surfaces and like doing jumps and stuff, this is going to fall off. So sometimes, or get unplugged. So it's, I think, a lot safer to just have a Hobbywing ESC. So I will probably replace it with that, and that's a cheap and easy upgrade. Unfortunately for me and my bashing, it's already kind of fallen off on its own, so I guess that works out. The other real small issue I've had is the power switch. Granted, I do have it on the opposite direction from the instructions, but I think I'm going to have to go back and put it to the direction of the instructions, because every time it hits a bump or a light crash or something like that, the switch tends to get turned off on its own. So it doesn't seem like it has very good contact, so I'll either have to flip the switch around or bypass it entirely. So that's a really minor issue that I've been having, but otherwise, no real durability issues, no real performance issues. I've been very, very happy with it, and overall I think it's a very good buggy, and if you're interested in getting into Tamiyas, highly recommend the TT02 series. Very good modern chassis, very good options, get it in a buggy, get it in an on-road, get it in a tracked kind of trail truck. Very cool chassis. I absolutely love the TT02 now, and don't be too surprised if more of these end up showing up on my channel. So thank you guys for watching this video. I will have a running video at the end. I haven't done any talking in it. I just want you guys to watch the video for yourself and get your own opinion of how you think it drives. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.